Hi everyone. In the last episode of Into the Wild, I introduced you to the survivor. It's that part of us that just keeps going no matter what, and it's a really powerful part that is typically responsible for some of our biggest achievements. But the truth is, it can lead to burnout if we let it run the show too long. So today I want to introduce you to another archetype that's been emerging through my art and my inner work. And this part is one that really feels like expansion and growth that is only possible because of the survivor. This one is curious, untamed, and willing to take leaps without really knowing where it will land. This is the archetype I call the explorer. And truthfully, I am living with this part sort of in the driver's seat right now. So after I finished painting the Aoudad skull, which was a wild sheep from North Africa that I call the survivor, I shared it online just as a step of faith to share my art online. It was a little bit scary, but to my surprise, it was my dad who lit up the most about this. A few days after I posted it, I got a text from him with two photos, and one of them was of a goat skull and the other one was of a 9-point deer. And the message was, I got you some more skulls to paint. I called him right away, and he was just so excited. I could hear it in his voice, kind of like this little boyish joy in his tone. And the truth is that he's been sick for a while now. He has liver cancer. And for me, moments like these are just so special and mean more than I can even express. And then at Thanksgiving, he brought the skulls to me, and he brought these gifts from the land from a ranch a friend of his works on. And I knew when I saw these two skulls that the goat was going to be the next skull for me to paint, the next archetype to explore. So this goat skull kind of surprised me. It's a little bit different. You can see it here. The forehead of it is wider than the Aoudad's sheep skull, and it also doesn't have the seam down the center of the forehead like the other skull for the sheep, and actually the deer has as well. So it has this really big triangle down the front, and I immediately just felt like this is where the Pachamama symbol is going to belong on this. Last year I visited Peru, and I felt really moved by the indigenous people's reverence for Mother Earth. They call Mother Earth, their word for it is Pachamama, and this is the symbol. Really, you see it all over Peru. And I really wanted to bring that piece, or that symbol, into this piece to really root the explorer into something sacred that was connecting for me. So I let my intuition lead, just like last time, to just see what colors wanted to co-create with me. I ended up choosing bright pink, bold purple, which are two colors that I've just really been drawn to. My website even has these colors. I chose the neon blue that was similar to the Aoudad skull, and then this metallic gold that you see in the main section of the forehead here. This part of me, the explorer, is playful and vibrant and really likes to kind of be like that rebel, that risk taker. And where the survivor is looking for safety and security, the explorer really craves expansion. And I see her as the part of me that wants to break the rules, wants to climb to the edges, always moving higher, but not in a way of performance or achievement, but just to see what's up there, and really follows the spark of inspiration without knowing why we're moving in a certain direction. And so that's why I added these upward pointing arrows that were bright yellow. They really just like have this image of ascension, and I put those in all 4 quadrants of the face because that just felt like the right symbol to represent that the explorer doesn't sit still. She's always in motion and always just curious about what's out there. And so what I've learned through this process of painting the Explorer is that creativity needs movement. Burnout has this sneaky thing about blocking our creativity. It's not just about overwork, it's also about creating a sense of stagnation. And that's really what happened with me, and why it's so sneaky. I think for some of us, we don't recognize it because we think of burnout as something that is just a result of overwork. And yes, it is a result of overwork, but it's also got this quality about it that just takes the joy out of everything that we're doing. And so it's the Explorer in me that helped me come back to my creativity and remind me that curiosity is sacred, and that healing is not just about resting in this situation, it's also about reaching for something new, exploring further. And I believe that this archetype lives in you too. So I just want to pause here and invite you into some reflection. My goal with sharing this art is to give you a chance to reflect on your own inner world and just these different archetypes that may be present within you. So I want to ask, as you meet your Explorer, what part of you is asking for movement, expression, or adventure? And if your Explorer part could create something today, what would it be? Where in your life are you ready to take a bold step into the unknown? So this journey into the wild is unfolding in real time. I've mentioned that a few times. I'm not packaging these posts into these neat takeaways. I'm just sharing what's real for me right now, and hopefully this resonates with some of you at least. I know it may not be for everyone, but for me, the Explorer is leading right now, and I'm just following that call into the wild. So if you're curious too, I'd love to have you along for the ride. You can subscribe to my channel for new videos and reflections each week. And if you haven't yet, check out the first piece in the series, The Survivor. So thanks again for being here. I'll see you next time.